on SmackDown. Begin with Cody, and he calls out both KO and Sammy to the ring. KO's asking, is this what you want? Cody goes on about how they're in the service industry, and their service is the fact that they have to provide entertainment for the fine fans. And Sammy says he knows he can't be KO's friend, but he knows neither of them can fight the bloodline alone. But KO hits the stunner on everybody by saying, how can I trust someone who doesn't even want to be my friend? KO ends up leaving the ring. Cut to a backstage segment. Sammy is chased down KO. KO's just about to get into his conveniently placed car and tells him, might not be friends, but you're my brother and I love you. KO just drives off into the sunset, but not before all eagle-eyed viewers made aware that he did put on his seatbelt and put on his turn signal. The man on the Twitter sphere is saying he's trying to set a good example. I see you, KO. We skip to Jay is in the ring. Sammy comes out to have a little tete-a-tete with him, and Jay starts laying into Sammy that he didn't like him. As a boy, he always thought it was his job to protect his family. The one time he let his guard down to someone who he thought loved him, and what did Sammy do? And Sammy cuts in and saying it's Jay's choice to take the abuse. He says you keep choosing it, and that Jay's really mad at himself. He's not mad at Sammy because he didn't get to hit Roman with the chair. Jay has clearly heard enough and attacks Sammy. That's cue for Jimmy to come into the ring and start ganging up, beating up Sammy for however long they need to, and then KO's music hits. He comes back in, stands behind Jimmy and Jay, and it's a 2-on-2. He gets even, Jimmy and Jay are routed, and KO gives Sammy the loudest, crowd-poppingest hug you ever did hear. To a chance of hug it out, and then all you hear is just deafening white noise. We cut to the back. Cody Rhodes is standing there with a big grin, watching the TV like a proud papa. Cut back to the ring. And that's just a WrestleMania sign point moment right there if I ever did see one. Fade to black.
You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
I take you back. We see the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, saying that if Jay isn't back in the bloodline, that he's going to take it out on Jimmy. Jimmy has to win this match, or Roman's going to clip him. In the middle of the match, Jay starts marching down to the ring. He comes from the fans. Everybody's cheering. Everybody's, yeah. Jumps over the barrier, jumps up on the table and starts just clapping and cheering. And we don't know who he's cheering for. Jimmy sees this and he's happy to see his brother, thinks he's cheering for him. He gets distracted. Sammy pulls out the win. Jimmy is in trouble. Jay gets into the ring, walks past his brother, gets out of the ring, goes and gives a big hug to Sammy. Jimmy's face is, he doesn't know what to do. And Sammy's just kind of sat there going, doesn't have to be like this. You can just schmeck. Surprise, mother trucker. We have ourselves a super kick to the face. Jay just went, no thank you. And then the trio of brothers with Solo coming out to the ring as well start beating onto per Samuel Zayn. That is when the adrenaline burns within our souls and Mr. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, runs to the ring like a man possessed and chases off 3 men by himself. That is how we leave Raw. We start off SmackDown this week. A little bit of a segment between the wise man and the brothers. But Jay goes to the ring later on. He starts off, y'all saying, Jay, why'd you do it? Now he asks what the crowd would do in that situation. You would help your family member. You would pay that light bill. You would help them with food. You would do whatever it takes. Okay, Dom Toretto, calm down. This is not the Fast and Furious franchise, but we get it. He had to do it.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome into the AEW Double or Nothing live stream sim in WWE 2K23. My name is PrettyTony, and alongside me, as always, is the goodest of good brothers, Joker. Joker, how you doing this fine day?
It could have been better. Being sick the last couple of days. And, we were talking about it beforehand. Just been being sick the last couple of days and then just enjoying the internet wrestling community as well for our short, can't seem to catch a break. It's either, if I ever mention CM Punk again, I feel like I need somebody to really help me just kind of understand the mentality of, is he attacking CM Punk or defending CM Punk? Because either one, I'm going to have to attack him because that's just seemingly what's happened these last few days, PT. I'm not going to lie. And I'm a little bit confused as to what the heck's been going on.
When you have a cult of personality and or celebrity such as that individual, you have people who really like him and enjoy him, and you have people that just don't care for him. And when it comes to folks like that, people are very boisterous and will definitely let you know, regardless of your opinion, regardless of the information gathered or the lack thereof. I'm going to tell you my opinion on this person and let you know feverishly. And it is what it is. So that's what happens sometimes when you have a lightning bolt that is a particular individual or things like that. But it is what it is. Uh, the great thing about social media is it gives people a voice. The bad thing about social media is it gives people a voice. You take the good with the bad. You can't have the good without the bad. So, it's one of those everybody gets a voice and everybody has an opinion, but not to say
Hey, look,
that.
I don't disagree, PT, but whenever you're being called out on the first 5 seconds of a 45-second video, that you literally continue a point after the first 5 seconds, and they just completely ignore it because they've heard all they need to in the first 5 seconds. Yeah, somebody needs to revoke their ability to touch a keyboard.
Hey, it is what it is, man. So that's the nature of the internet. I'm going to share my opinion whether you want to hear it or not. We have a platform where we share some thoughts. We may not be as divisive as some of the other folks, but hey, things happen. Uh, you know, c'est la
Hey,
vie. We keep
at the end
moving
of the day,
on.
PT, I'm
Water,
just glad that
water, water
we get
down our back.
some interaction.
Hey,
We get some interaction, and that's fine. But if you want to interact, like have an interaction. Don't just say you're wrong and then kind of move along. It's like I'd like to know your opinion. So next time you come at me for CM Punk, back yourself up.
all right.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna leave you on read.
Well, we're starting off hot with sharing the hot takes of getting some heat from the internet wrestling community, but it is what it is. Charles, hello. Hope you're doing fantastic this fine day. Welcome on in. But yes, this week is a very busy week. We are recording this, obviously, if you're watching this later. It's happening before Dynamite and obviously Rampage. So this will be pre Double or Nothing, obviously. And then later on this week, we have Night of Champions. We have NXT, and we have AEW. So a lot of wrestling going on. Crazy 3 pay-per-views. It is what it is. But like we mentioned in episode 52, our 1-year anniversary show, episode 52, we're going to be covering and simming some matches here in WWE 2K23 for AEW Double or Nothing. And then on the next episode upcoming, we are going to be talking about WWE Night of Champions. So we get to kind of cover best of both worlds. So we're trying to split the difference. Obviously, it's one of those where, like we very briefly mentioned, we are 2 guys on 2 different continents, living 2 different lives. It's not always the easiest to kind of get together, but we're trying to do the best we can with trying to cover and give you guys some content. So we appreciate everybody jumping in, hanging out. Thank you so much. Joker, what is one of the matches that you were looking forward to for AEW Double or Nothing today?
I have a couple, and I flip flop between which match I'm most interested in. But I'd say right now, if I had to pick one, it would be Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho. Definitely is just because I really like Adam Cole. I really like the fact that he's back. This is his first major sort of storyline since coming back that we've been sort of building towards. And yeah, I just like the fact that he's back, he's healthy, and he gets to do what he loves, and that's kind of enough for me, really, in regards to that.
Fair play. Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho is going to be a super interesting one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be into the madness that's going to be the Anarchy in the arena. Just 8 guys just beating 7 shades out of one another. So that's kind of one that's gonna be a highlight for sure for Double or Nothing. But if you're watching us live, or if you're watching this later on the VOD live to tape, let us know which match you are looking forward to the most. But with that, let's get into the first match here. We are going to be looking at the AEW TNT Championship ladder match between Wardlow and Christian Cage. We go to that match right now.
This is one of the matches that I kind of flip-flop on, PT. Because we've talked about the TNT title an awful lot. I like Wardlow. You like Wardlow. But this TNT title, it's a little bit of a curse, isn't it?
I, for a moment, forgot that this was a ladder match. So, yeah, it was like,
oh actually,
yeah.
no, I forgot it was a ladder match as well, yeah.
Yeah. So, it was one of those kind of crazy things. I was like, oh, yeah. The ladder match. Well, Christian special, if we will. So. Always is what it is, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like you said, it's a tough go for Wardlow. He's had interesting last year getting out of MJF's thumb, had the run with the TNT title. Just, it was mostly on Tony Khan's booking because he feuded with security guards, he feuded with Smart Mark Sterling, and then he teamed with Samoa Joe, lost. Like, it's been a weird type of thing. So we feel like hopefully he's getting on track with this title reign and everything. Because yeah, I mean, Wardlow's a solid guy. He's got something about him. Folks are getting behind him. I dig his vibe, but yeah, it's one of those. We'll see if this is a net positive, his feud with Christian.
I don't know, man. I feel like this feud hasn't become a real feud. So what they're going to do is they're going to give the belt to Christian. And he's going to win through interference or some BS. And it's just... it sounds so stupid, but it sounds like something they will do. Do you know what I mean? Like with the ridiculousness that has been the TNT title, I wouldn't be surprised if Christian won. But equally, I'm just like, please don't let this just be the beginning and end of this quote unquote feud. I can't deal with. Like, please let Wardlow hold on to this belt for a few months and then give it to somebody else who holds on to it for a few months, because I'm getting super sick and tired of this belt just being hot potatoed.
You know what's scary? I like me a Wardlow. I want to see him win, but I have the sneaky suspicion they're gonna do some shenanigans and Christian's gonna come away with the title. I just feel it. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I can't refute that. I can't say anything else. It just seems like that is the sort of play for AEW booking right now for the TNT title. They don't know what to do with it. Well, let's give it to Wardlow and then he can just give it to somebody else. It's like, do they understand what they're doing with Wardlow by doing that? Like, they're ruining his credibility. Like, yeah, I was asking for this man to hold this title and then kind of go on into the main event scene. Yeah, sure, he's green, but I would have liked him to go into the main event scene, come back down, and have a little bit more of a run, and then go back up, and then cement himself in that upper mid card for a good while, and then eventually be AEW champion. Right now, I'm like, mans can barely hold on to like the tertiary title for men. Like the international title is the number 2 title for me now.
Yeah, the international title has certainly been stepped up with the likes of Pac as well as Orange Cassidy being on a 21 match win streak / defending streak and just putting on bangers. And yeah, it's one of those tough things, man. I think, like I said, I think so highly of Wardlow, but he's not to say that he's not green, but he's got to smooth out some edges. Obviously, they're teaming him with They have him with Arn Anderson now, which is always, not a bad thing from a mentor, from a coaching, from a promo thing. You can kind of help him along the way. But yeah, I'll kind of see what's popping with him. And yeah, should be, like I said, I just only want to see Wardlow succeed. And I don't know, man. I'm a little on the fence about who's going to win this match.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a brutal match. Like, I feel like this is going to be pretty accurate in terms of what's going to happen. Like, people are going to be thrown off ladders, thrown into ladders, thrown through ladders. We're going to get a power bomb through a ladder, set up as a bridge. We'll get that power bomb symphony. We'll get the kill switch onto a ladder, something like this here. Like, it's going to be, I reckon it's going to be a very physical fight, very brutal fight. And Christian's going to have to lead the way in that, being, the veteran in the ring. Plus the fact that man's has had multiple concussions, they're going to have to be very careful with him. Especially whenever, Wardlow's sort of finisher being that Powerbomb Symphony is probably not something that Christian should take. But it's just one of those that I feel like maybe this... Oh, okay.
No, not quite. No.
Not quite. Maybe this match has come too soon? Like... I realize maybe the feud started closer to Double or Nothing, but maybe Wardlow should have had to fight Luchasaurus first. As in a almost reverse championship, Christian wants to have the title, so Wardlow's like, okay, only if Luchasaurus can beat me or something. And then they have to set up a way for Christian to eventually get through to Wardlow in this ladder match. I don't know, I didn't feel like Wardlow coming out by himself and then eventually going, that's what I wanted, whenever Christian goes, oh yeah, I want a ladder match.
Christmas, dang, dude.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
in this
no.
match. 100%.
You blow out a knee doing that. Maybe it's a little change up in the booking, because we had that with Jungle Boy. We had him have to go through Luchasaurus, the heavy, for Christian Cage. Bear in mind that because Christian was injured, we kind of went that route as well to kind of keep the feud somewhat relevant. But yeah, I mean, change it up a little bit. Just kind of see how it goes, but yeah.
A lot of brutality indeed, Chart. 100%. It's definitely going to be one of those matches when they get to it that a couple of these ladders are going to be bent and broken and splintered, and I can't wait to see Christian go through them all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there is Luchasaurus shenanigans interference here in the match for real. So I wouldn't be surprised if that indeed
then
happens.
Arn's going to come out with the Glock though,
And that's a tough part too, because we have Arn. He's had that injury, so he can maybe maybe give a spine buster, but we don't want to see Luchasaurus job to a Arn Anderson spine buster, even though I would love to see it. But we can't have kind of Arn get too physical, so it's it's one of those, I guess the babyface Wardlow would have to overcome possible 2-on-1 type of thing. So
he returns to the ring.
I
Out of the ring, what's his plan here?
don't know. Is that all Wardlow's got to do? If that's all Wardlow's got to do, then why do we have Arn Anderson? You know what I mean? What's the point of Arn?
to help him with promos.
I get it. I mean, Arn's not exactly going to be helping him with that.
But when I know, and this is again, I like me some Wardlow, but it's one of those scary things. The most famous / most memorable promo from Wardlow I remember is when he was TNT champion last year. And he opens the promo. I've been hearing a lot of people on the internet saying Wardlow. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh no, I'm not disputing the fact that like 100%
Oh,
his
nice
promos
reversal.
suck. That was very nice reversal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing his promos suck like they do. He's not the best on the mic, and that I hear a lot of people on the internet. It's like, yeah, bro, don't do that. That's terrible.
Oh, don't go down that rabbit hole.
Here we go.
No.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh. Okay.
But yeah, I don't think Mr. Glock is going to help him, win any mic skills. Arn was always the guy that just stood there, threw up the four fingers, and held the title.
Oh, kill switch / unprettier. Let's go.
I don't know if I think I prefer the name Kill Switch.
You're not a fan of unprettier?
No. I mean, I don't know what he's doing right now. Like, what's the AI doing here, PT? Did your PS5 just like have a bit of a burnout? He just stood there.
It is what it is. It's one of those. I think it's. They try to figure out like, oh, do I want to go up, but he's not tired enough, or I guess they're trying to feel like, oh, I should do something. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, did he hit the ring rope?
I think so. Yeah, but I'm not sure if that would have.
All right, here we go.
I think this might be it.
We got started.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Oh, never mind. Oh, keep going, Wardlow. You can do it, buddy.
Oh, back on the ladder.
Yikes.
And now he's standing it right up in the middle of the ring, right where it needs to be.
All right, what we got? Ooh, nice. Let's swing out sidewalk slam. He did get up after all that. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
Look at this. That ladder is positioned perfectly for the victory. You never know. This could be it.
I mean, that could actually happen, Oh, the clipping.
And that's perfect positioning for the
Oh,
Going for it again.
oh, there it is.
There it is. Well, Christian, climb the ladder. Be the new TNT champ, buddy. Make Papa TK proud.
look now, but that ladder is lined up.
There you go. Oh, and he rolled to the outside. Like,
Just has to finish.
oh dear. Oh, and he gets the progress that Wardlow made. What the heck?
Yeah, I think
Wardlow,
it's cumulative.
get in the-
Get in.
Wardlow,
Oh, bruh. Wardlow. See, if Arn was at ringside, he would have coached him. Get back in the ring. Get back in the ring.
I don't know. I think if Arn was there, he would have just thrown the ladder out. But this kind of gives us what we were saying at the start. Like, there's Christian, the new TNT champion.
There we go.
I mean,
Christian coming away with the win. I mean, it's one of those where I could definitely kind of see this being a thing, scarily enough.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's an outcome that, while you don't think could happen, given the history of the TNT Championship and Wardlow's holding of the TNT Championship, is a very real possibility.
I'll reiterate my point. Like me some Wardlow. I want him to win, but I have a sneaky suspicion Christian is going to come away with the win here and the belt. So
100%.
all right, well, we'll see Christian coming away with the victory and the new champion here. We'll see how it plays out on the pay-per-view. The next matchup here. TBS Championship. Champion Jade Cargill taking on Taya Valkyrie. Let's go to that match now.
This is a dangerous one for me, PT, because like the other day, Jade out of nowhere just added 2 random wins to her tally to bring her up to 59, and she's having a rematch against Taya Valkyrie. Like, I don't know what is going on with this booking? I don't know anymore. We had nothing from Jade for weeks, which is a shame. And
Yeah,
now we had
it seemed like she was off TV for
Taya.
like 2 weeks or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we have Taya Valkyrie come in. It's like, I want the PBS title. Then she loses. She loses the ability to use the jaded maneuver because
Road to
that is
Valhalla.
what. No, it's jaded because clearly Jade won, so she gets the rights to keep her move.
It's not the Glam Slam, no.
It's not the Glam Slam either because Beth Phoenix is not in AEW, so it can't be.
Fair enough.
And now we add in 2 enhancement talent to spots 58 and 59, and then Taya Valkyrie, like, cheap shots number 60, and then challenges Jade at Double or Nothing. Like, I don't know how I feel about this booking.
Yeah, it's weird. I guess obviously it's a run back from, I want to say like 3, maybe 4 weeks ago, something of that nature, where Jade obviously beat Taya. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like, it's been something that we've been mentioning. I want Jade to be successful. I want her to get better with her wrestling if that's what she wants to do. But it's one of those when you have short matches, squash matches. We saw it with Jade on the Rampage, I believe it was. Sammy had a squash match on the other Dynamite the previous week. Wardlow, I think, had a random squash match and then a promo. It's one of those where you rack up wins, but, like, are you feeling like you're improving? Are you feeling like you're getting better? It's one of those type of things. So, for Jade to maybe feel more comfortable, maybe it's longer matches, I don't know, but it's one of those where it's just like squash match, it's over in a couple minutes. It's like, I want more from her.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree. I feel like she has had they're setting her up as the Goldberg of this TBS title. She is going for that long win streak potential, but she doesn't have the downside of Goldberg, where in WWE they kind of showed his downside that he couldn't have those longer matches. Jade has had no 60-minute Iron Women match, like nothing like that, but she has had the 10-15 minute matches against people on the likes of Rampage. There haven't been many, don't get me wrong. There haven't been, maybe like I think the longest has maybe been like a 12-13 minute match, maybe in and around that. And for her, that's long, because a lot of the early matches in her career were literally just big boot, jaded, 1, 2, 3. Like, she'd maybe just show off her power and slam someone, scoop slam someone, power bomb a couple people, do whatever, but she doesn't have that downside. She's very athletic, and like, I want to see her do these long matches. Taya Valkyrie is that person currently that I feel she can have that long match, and I feel like this could be a long match and something that is going to help elevate Jade.
It's the old Paul Heyman adage, accentuate the positives, hide the negatives. And, we're working to, I guess, Jade's strengths of, presentation and higher impact move and shorter matches. But, yeah, we've seen Taya have a longer match in the first matchup with her. Athena, had a little bit of a longer match at the other pay-per-view. So it's one of those where we're filtering it in, but it's, it's just been majority squash matches. So there's something there. Maybe it's what it is, but we both want to see more from her for sure.
Yeah, and like, in saying that, like, I still don't know who'd win this match. Like, if you ask me who's going to win this match, I feel like Jade should hit the 60-0 and we'll continue on. But there's that little piece of doubt in my mind, and I always like having that piece of doubt within these matches where I don't 100% know who's going to win, because it interests me in the fight. So like having Taya come in and rematch this soon and having the landmark of 60 is like, do they pull the trigger on 60 or do they pull the WWE and, you know, have Jade continue on for 1,000 victories like Roman Reigns? Like, you know, which one are they going to do? I'm not going to be upset with either outcome, but it's just one of those that it makes it more interesting to find out which one it is.
I mean, it'd be interesting if we went 200-0 type of thing. So, I mean, we'll see kind of how it goes. Oh, here we go. Whoop.
I feel like if we're going 200-0, though, we need to start adding in people like Britt Baker, Saraya, you know, Jamie Hayter. Like, she needs to start beating the people at the top of the card in the women's division. Now that the AEW Women's Championship is being elevated, which we wanted for a long period of time, by Jamie Hayter, in order for the TBS title to seem like more, maybe it's time for Jade to start getting into that territory on the card.
Canadian sharpshooter, let's go. Ooh.
That's just power right there. That's 100% what could happen.
Yeah, I mean, Taya, the likes of a Taya can help add doubt to the situation, even though it's a super quick build, because it only happened, what, on the previous week's episode of, like, Rampage, for example. So we have, like, a week's worth of build, but it's like, cool, I'm getting my rematch. You know, this was weird circumstances, but I'm ready to take you on again. So, like, that kind of story or build is kind of fine with me. Like, we mentioned it before, like, the longest storyline Jade ever had was the whole Nia Rose stealing the belt thing, and I think that lasted for, like, maybe a month, maybe 5 weeks, and that resolved. So, yeah. So, she doesn't have a ton of storylines kind of going, but the likes of Taya helps add doubt, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and that's the best part of these wrestling matches to have, is that little bit of doubt. Otherwise, if people are just going to watch it and be like, oh, well, you're feeding my favorite to the champion, then it just kind of gets pointless. Like, see my recent criticism of the WWE pushing Roman Reigns to 1,000 days. Like, personally, there has been ample opportunity. I was close.
Yeah.
Ample opportunity to remove that title from him, but they want to go for 1,000 days. Personally, it doesn't appeal to me, and I am currently checked out of Roman Reigns, like, as a champion.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm just wondering at what point I kind of fall out of love with the Jade run, because I don't know how much more she has to give.
Yeah, the worst thing you can have is sort of overstay your welcome type of thing, and they're trying to figure out with Jade and WWE with Roman, like, how do we still keep this fresh without folks being disinterested in it? Not to say that everyone is, but there's a portion of the audience. So, and that's a tough spot. So, you know, you gotta, is it new challengers? Is it new stories? Is it whatever it is? But, you know, that's the tough give. So,
yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's up in the air for me. Like I said, it's a confusing sort of. But that's the fun aspect of it, isn't it?
yeah. 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Well, there you go.
Like 59-1. This could be the new 21-1. This could be the new Undertaker streak. You know what I mean? So we could have that. We could have 59-1. I wouldn't be upset at it.
There you go. All right, so we're seeing Taya coming away with the win there. It's not something I'd be mad at. Like, it's one of those, like, I'd be okay with the outcome either way. If Jade came away with the win, I'd be like, okay, well, we're keeping on the status quo. Figure out what's next for Jade. If Taya came away with the win, okay, something different. We're changing something up. Very interesting. So I'm kind of good with either way this match goes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm exactly the same. I can 100% see Jade coming away with the win as the more optimal choice. But I wouldn't be mad at a Taya win. I feel like if the rumors are true, the old rumors, like these are from months and months and months ago, probably more than that now, where the person who was initially pegged to take the title off Jade was Chris Statlander. Whenever she had all that hype around her before she went out with the other injured knee, I believe it was. And we just kind of been in a holding pattern. They're like Taya Valkyrie fills that role, and like I said, maybe we can then push Jade towards the top of the card. If you want to see the AEW Women's title as greater than the TBS title, and I feel like that's a good evolution for the path of Jade, and it gives her more matches. And if we're building her as a more complete wrestler, and we're giving her the likes of Taya Valkyrie to fight against, where she can have these longer matches, then having her in a match against a Britt Baker would be awesome. Having her in a match against, Jimmy Hayter would be sick. I'd love to see that match. A Toni Storm, I'd love to see that match. It'd be something. It'd be something fun.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, Louis, welcome on in. The pay-per-view is taking place this Sunday. So we're doing a little preview ski, and welcome on in, friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it just reminds me, we want to make sure that Jade is ever improving and getting better, and we don't want it to turn into like that Ricky Starks. It was a noose instead of a tie type of thing. So we don't want it to feel like it's weighting her down or it's holding her back type of thing. So like you said, we want to see everybody get better, and I'm okay with Jade winning or if Taya takes it away, but here we see Taya take the win. All right, next matchup here. Unsanctioned match between Adam Cole and Chris Jericho. Let's go to that match now.
The WWE Universe just exploded.
This is the match. This is the match, PT. This is the match right here. It'll be fun to see. It'll be fun to see just how manic this gets. Like, is because the JAS? This is an unsanctioned match, right? There hasn't been any mention, or am I completely tripping? Has there been any mention that the JAS is banned?
No, they did the whole JAS/Adam Cole like ban from the arena type of thing in the weeks leading into like the Roddy Strong, but they completely tore that up. But in relation to this match, there hasn't been any sort of extra stipulation.
Well, that's the thing. Like, then the likelihood is high that the JAS could interfere in this match, which leads precedence for Roddy Strong to come in. But then, I'm speculating. This is fantasy booking hat Joker here. All being well, if the person is healthy and healed and ready to go, a Kyle O'Reilly coming back.
Oh man!
I mean, we could even see a one night only, a Where Is the Lie Bobby Fish comeback.
Robert Fish.
Not so hot on the Fishman coming back, but a Kyle O'Reilly coming back, like that'd be absolutely sick. It'd just be so cool to see Roddy Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole. Yeah, I think it'd be fun if that's the way that they're going, because then we would have Matt Menard and Angelo Parker come out probably, along with Jake Hager. And it would just be good to have those three boys come back out to help defend Adam Cole.
Yeah, I have a sneaky suspicion, because this is an unsanctioned, it'd be like a street fight type of situation, most likely. But I can see some interference from the JAS with Roddy taken out. I would love to see the Kyle Man himself, the O'Reilly, come back if he can. Obviously, he had that major injury and surgery, so I mean, it'd be really dope to see. The Adam Cole, Roddy Strong, and or Kyle O'Reilly are not everyone's cup of tea, but there's just something about those guys and then them together that, you know, just I kind of work. It works for me, brother, and I'm not mad at it. You know, you can see when they're having fun and working together in the NXT deal in the Undisputed Era, something about it that works. So, hey, you know, we'll see kind of how things gonna go.
It was an early pin for 2. Like, what the heck?
They're going for broke. Oh,
But I definitely see Floyd the baseball bat coming out. Definitely see chairs. Not sure if tables. I reckon we'll do a chair spot to Adam Cole's head. Like that might be a spot that we'll do just to kind of, you know, put everybody on edge like we do all the time with Bryan Danielson and his neck spots. That was a bit savage there with that ladder, though.
yeah, seriously. Yeah. It's something we chatted about when we did the whole Soraya's first match with Britt Baker. Like, we knew that her selling the neck, selling the head was going to be a spot. And it's one of those where it's the sort of cliche, and the more we know now about head injuries, which is, it's tough. I hate that wrestling's still carny enough where we'd still do that spot.
Yeah. It's just the thing that we always have to add that drama in, even if it's probably not in good taste an awful lot of the time.
Yeah, it's one of those. Gotta get the heat on the heel, brother. Babyface has an injury, maybe a head injury. You gotta take advantage, man. So I get it. I totally understand. But it's like, ugh. You know, he was out for what, like 8-9 months. And then he shared some of his story, and it's like, dude, that was a rough set of months, man. So I'm just, you know, I'm glad that he can be back and be able to have kind of the first big match. Like with the likes of a Jericho, you know, he'll take care of Adam Cole. You know, they'll have a match, have a strong, just fun match, and we'll see kind of how it goes. So.
Yeah, and it'll be a good sort of first, to kind of like skip to the end almost. It'll be a good first major win for Adam Cole to beat Chris Jericho. He is, you know, as conceited as he is. It is Chris Jericho after all. He does, you know, go over for. He does put an awful lot of people over at his own expense because he can take it. Like he has had that career, and yeah, I feel like we have to pull the trigger on Adam Cole now. As in, we're pulling the trigger on building his career in AEW. Yes, he has had an illustrious career throughout the Indies and NXT. I'm not gonna discount that as a big miss. But in AEW, he started to gain traction, then went out with, you know, huge concussion issues. So now we need to build this man back up, and a great first step is a major victory is Chris Jericho for sure.
Now what are we doing?
He's not going for
top
yeah, I was like,
hey,
top rope, absolutely nothing there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's just teasing. It's like, you're gonna go for what, a top rope Panama Sunrise here or something? Like,
what are we doing?
Crossbody?
Crossbody. Okay. Oh, 2 count. Okay. The crossbody. All right.
Right. What's Chris gonna do? Like, when are we getting more weapons in here?
All right, so we're
We
on
need
the
more
outside.
weapons, PT.
We need more weapons.
We need more weapons, bud. Come on. We need more weapons. I love this creator, by the way. Like, the creator stuff that you've got for
Judas
Double or
effect.
Nothing is just super good.
Yeah, it was one of those. I was looking for shows/arenas, and they didn't have a lot of to choose from. So, you know, this one seemed all right. So I was like, oh, let's go with that. So, you know, obviously with the whole community creations that WWE 2K23 has, amazing creators and stuff like that, that even just made this possible to even do. So, you know, shout outs to them, obviously. But yeah, it was the hard work of the community, able to put things like this on. So good on them. This one looked pretty decent. Whoop.
Just trying to dodge the ref there. Don't know what's going on with that.
Oh, Ushigoroshi. Oh,
Oh, there's your knee.
here we go.
He didn't lower the boom though. Come on.
No, I didn't lower that knee pad to the boom.
Knee pad, man.
Oh, another drop kick.
Clearly, it's not built into this version of Adam Cole. This creator Cole. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh, eats it.
We're missing the missile drop kick. Just for no. Is that Floyd?
Yeah.
That's-
Oh.
I mean, I wanted weapons.
There you got it.
All right, now put him in the walls. Oh, there's the low blow. Hell yeah.
All right, here we go. 2. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna do it. Come on. It just did the disrespect.
Oh. Here we go. Panama Sunrise. Oh, and the head hit the ladder. 2. 3. There we
Easy
go.
one.
There we go, baby.
Hells yeah.
Cole coming away with the win there.
I'm happy with that. I feel like that is a win that is required for Adam Cole.
It feels like the satisfying outcome if Cole
Yeah.
comes away with the win. So, all right, there you go. Adam Cole coming away with the win. Seems like the story's pointing to that. Makes the most sense. Gets revenge from Chris and the JS. Can build on that. Yeah, I'm good with that. So, yeah, I don't
Can't
know.
say any different. Yep.
I don't know how the story would play if Chris won. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
We would likely continue the feud until Adam Cole beat him 2 more times.
There you go. Fair play. So, Adam Cole coming away with the win. I'm good with. Our next matchup on the card. AEW Women's World Championship matchup as we see champion Jamie Hayter taking on challenger Toni Storm. Let's go to that match.
Yeah, this is one of those matches that you look at and you go, oh, clearly Jamie Hayter's going to retain, right? But then you think about it and you go, actually, I don't know. I'm not confident in that answer. As much as I love.
I like me some Jamie Hayter. I like some Toni Storm, but I mean, this is another match I could potentially see going either way.
I love me some Jamie Hayter. You know, I drink that Haterade, and you know, just the absolute best. But I feel like this is a slight at AEW's booking, not at Toni Storm. They got really. They did Toni Storm dirty whenever she was the interim women's champion. Like, you know, this whole thing with Thunder Rosa going away and being injured, and then not vacating the title and giving it to fully to. They retroactively gave it to Toni Storm, retroactively, but she was introduced every week and talked about as the interim women's champion.
That's correct, yeah.
So I feel like this is one of those times when you can see, even though, yes, she lost to Jamie Hayter, that this could be Toni's moment now that we're given, this is the Outsiders, is that what they're called? What are they called again? Outcasts, that's the one. Now that we're sort of giving the Outcasts a little bit of a bigger platform, this is kind of, subject to change. Just let me put that out there before people start shouting at me.
Joker's hot take here incoming.
This is a hot take, but this is a take that people will probably just crucify me for. It's like, I can see that now that we've got this sort of heel stable in the Outcasts, that we could take the title off Hayter and give it to Toni Storm and give her an actual full run. But then I have to think about All In. And Jamie Hayter may then have to defend the title at All In at Wembley Stadium. And who better to defend that against than Saraya?
Then
maybe Saraya to win in Wembley Stadium.
I don't know. I got nothing against Saraya, but I think it's like, obviously having another title run would be feather in the cap type of thing, but I feel like there's more we can get out of Hayter as champion. But I mean, 100%. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, like a little conflicted because I like me some Hayter, but I also like some Toni Storm. Again, nothing against Saraya, but yeah, I feel like Jamie defending it in Wembley would be fantastic.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't disagree. It's one of those that I feel like the story set up for Toni is one of sort of almost redemption for her, where she can win the title and she can be known as the actual women's champion instead of the interim women's champion. I'd like to have that for her, not as a retroactive thing, but as a proactive going forward. Like, she gets to hold the belt and gets introduced as the women's champion. But I understand, obviously, who holds the title. This is brutal. Who holds the title, where we're going next, and what the potential for the big match in Wembley is. So, that's sort of my thinking. I can see Toni win, and I would be happy for that. But I drink the Haterade, and I love Jamie Hayter, and I want her to win. So she can go on to Wembley Stadium, and whoever she fights there, she's going to crush that too. Just so that we can propel this woman to heights hitherto unseen in AEW. Because I think she's just great, a great worker, has great matches and stuff like this here. I haven't really seen too much of her promo work recently, because she's just been like on the periphery rather, and she was attacked and out with an injury recently. The kayfabes.
Oh, little stutters. Okay.
Yeah. What's going on? Well, at least it's not just me.
No. Okay. We smoothing out, or? Yeah, it looks like it's smoothing out. Right. Oh, sorry about that, folks.
Liam PT's PS5.
No, I think it's like my 10, 11-year-old, 12-year-old computer. So
I mean, that too.
It's trying its hardest, so.
There's just too much Jamie Hayter in the ring. That's all it is.
Jamie Hayter. So. Do apologize for the stuttering. Oops.
Eventually, we will get back to some sense of normality here.
Yeah.
Oh, currently skipping. Didn't even see that kick out. Oh. It's like it's happening. but
Yeah.
it's skipping parts of that match.
What does she have to do to put her away?
All right, looks like it's smoothed out a little
I
bit.
might go
Again,
full count.
apologies for that.
Face stock.
A little rough patch.
Knees from behind.
Yeah.
All right. It wouldn't be a Kayfabe Council live stream without technical difficulties. So again, apologize for that, but all right. Oh, there we go. Jamie
There you
Hayter.
go, routines.
There we go. So
Routines.
there we go.
Here is your winner, and still women's.
It is indeed too much match for the stream. You're right. So,
We are looking at the textbook definition of a
all
winner
right.
right now, and you
Hayter
can bet
winning.
she is about
There we
to
go.
let
All right.
I mean,
so
I'm not
Hayter.
mad at it. Just means that Hayter gets to go to Wembley and take on whoever there, retain there, and have a potential match of the night. So.
Yeah. So Jamie Hayter coming away with the victory. Apologize for the little stuttering there in the middle, folks, but we did get to see the end. That big clothesline, Jamie Hayter taking the win and retaining. So Hayter survives the storm. Hey, look at that. That's too funny. So all right. Well, yeah, I dig that. I'm not mad. Like me some Hayter, like me some Storm. So seeing Jamie Hayter win this one, I'm okay with. So.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, next matchup here. Blackpool Combat Club taking on the Elite in an Anarchy in the Arena matchup. Let's go to that match now. So this one is going to be 8-man tag. Tried to do false count anywhere. Tried to do this and that in the third, but only it was a little limited in terms of what we could do with an 8-man. So this is a no DQ, no count out, 8-man tag. So
Okay. So hopefully we're not going to have what we had in the previous match with stuttering. This was only 2 individuals in that match, and I got 8. So,
Oh, you hypocrite. I'll just wait until another superstar, one you don't like.
yeah, this is going to be one of the matches that a lot of folks are looking forward to with this one. So obviously the sim will take place a little bit more in the ringside area, but this match is, if it's any indication like the previous Anarchy in the Arena that we had last year, they just went all around the arena, and we had all this crazy tearing up the ring and all of this craziness. So I'm super jonesed for this.
Yep. I definitely cannot wait to see the carnage, and I'm going to have a stopwatch from the time Jon Moxley appears on my screen to the time that he starts to bleed, because I reckon that's probably going to be record time.
I feel like if he gets some color, it'll make the most sense. Like if any match he's gonna get color, this would be apropos. This would make the most sense.
Oh, 100% definitely is going to make the most sense. It's always nice to sort of guess how quickly he is going to get that color, because it always seems like he manages to do it in record time every single time. So.
All right, so we got the Elite coming out first.
Wonder what, because Kenny's always one for pageantry. I wonder what his sort of
Entrance is gonna be like.
Entrance is going to be like. I actually wonder if they're going to make a 4-person entrance and just all, because they all kind of do a little bit of pageantry as well whenever they get together. Well, the Bucks and Kenny do.
Yeah, I can see, obviously the Blackpool has shown that they'll just come out together through the crowd type of thing. I can
they're
also,
just wearing Adidas or something.
yeah, I can probably see the Elite coming out like one at a time, waiting for each other like on the stage type of thing, and then going in together type of deal. Like I can see something like that.
I reckon if we're doing that though, they should all like sort of have matching clothes and stuff. Be all coordinated and things like that. Just for giggles, you know.
I feel you.
I think just in general, because I like seeing Kenny's entrances. As much like Zelina Vega and her amazing entrances whenever she gets a big match, she always goes all out. One of my favorites is just Kenny's One-Winged Angel entrance in NJPW. It's just always sticks out as being my favorite because I'm a big Final Fantasy VII fan. Love Sephiroth, and it's just, you know, it's always fun to see him pay homage to video games and comic book characters and things like that there in his entrances.
Oh, yeah, the one that happened at this year's Wrestle Kingdom, right? A big old grand entrance.
Yeah. It's just the music and the pageantry and the big throw out the arm, and on the screen it just went with the big black wing, and I was like, oh, it just chills, man.
Kenny coming out.
He's just coming out bog standard Kenny Omega, man. I'm not holding my breath for this one. Look at that. Kenny Omega, yeah. Bog standard Kenny Omega. There's no pageantry to that boy.
Yeah, I'm working with what I got, brother. So.
Yeah. It's nothing to. I'm not, you know, cutting short
me.
your work here.
So.
Just saying, limited by the tools that you have.
Yeah.
But we do have AEW Fight Forever coming out some point in June.
Late June 20 like
something?
5, 26, 27, something like that. So
something like that. So like maybe the next time we do an AEW sim somewhere down the line, probably not the next time, but you know, somewhere down the line we'll have actually AEW Fight Forever stuff. So.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. We'll see if we can swing that and put that together as we're setting up this match. Speaking of 2K23 as well as potential Fight Forever stream, if you're liking these sims, let us know. Feel free to throw a like on this video. Let us know down in the comment section or in the live chat. If you're here live, we appreciate you. What your most favorite anticipated match coming into this match. And if you're liking the content, feel free to subscribe. We appreciate any and all the support that you've shown us. A lot of content in the wrestling content creation world, and folks just checking out our stuff is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we've seen thanks to the hard work of PT as well, getting curating some of the shorts and stuff. We've been seeing a lot of shorts coming out with clips from our shows from the weekend. And it's nice to see some comments there. So it's always nice to have the comments on whether or not you like what we're doing. The shorts are definitely a way that we're able to connect a little bit more easily to some more individuals on the YouTube sphere, at least. Even though, like I said at the start of the show here, that maybe some people like to only watch the first 5 seconds and then claim that I'm wrong for my CM Punk takes. You know, maybe just watch them and then interact with why you think I'm wrong about CM Punk. It'd be nice to hear from you about why you think I'm wrong, or if you agree with me, because I've literally had one pro CM Punk take and one anti-CM Punk take in the last 3 days, and I've had negative comments to both. So pick a side and let me know which one of those sides you're on, because it's always fun to hear from you.
Yeah, let us know who you think's gonna win this match, the Elite or the BCC. That's a pretty decent John Moxley, I gotta say.
Oh, that's pretty dang good. That's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, I got his gear, like the pants with all the patches and stuff like that.
I like the mannerisms of him coming down the ring. Like that's really, obviously not being able to get him to come through the crowd and stuff, but like his mannerisms and stuff, that's pretty close. That's pretty spot on.
From Switzerland, weighing in at 232 pounds, Clown EO.
Nice. I always like when
I like how they did the name.
Cloud EO. Yeah, like they try to do the best they can with like some of the intro and all these things of such. But when they have, like we see with Claudio here, we saw with Adam Cole, like there's sometimes still deep in the coding and stuff, like they have some of the entrances and the movements and stuff like that, so we can have a little bit more accurate entrance and kind of move set. So yeah, it's still kind of cool. Again, just putting over the community creations and the community there. Just they do a really good job, even making this possible. So once again, shout outs to them. And yeah, like some of these creator wrestlers and these creations are crazy on point. So
yeah, it's definitely one of the more amazing things that people can do with 2K and the creator stuff is how close people can get these. Because I've seen some funky creations over the many years from different 2Ks. Yeah, like Wheeler Yuta is super close to Wheeler Yuta. You know what I mean?
It's a decent Wheeler, yeah, for sure.
There'd be no basis for who he is, or any of the elite that are in the ring. Like there'd be no basis for those guys in a 2K. So the amount of work that you're having to build from the ground up, whereas there's the potential for imports for Claudio, John, and Brian. It's interesting. It's fun. And you can tell there's a lot of hard work has went into creating these models.
Agreed. So definitely appreciate all the community creations, everybody who does that hard work. Thank you again. And yeah, this is the fourth guy. So let's see how this match plays out.
No disqualifications in this match.
Messy.
That's what it's going to be, dude. It's going to be messy.
Yeah, so this one is no DQ, no count out. Yeah. First one to get a pin, submission, like a knockout, really anything to end it. So it's a shame, like 6-man, you can do like, crazy falls count anywhere and stuff. It's just, I guess, with the 8-man tags in WWE 2K23, they decided to limit it. So. Already going to the outside.
It's just surprising that it took them this long to get to the outside. It is a bit of a shame that we couldn't get the sort of free for all, and it has to be a bit of a tag match here.
Yeah. So, like, I thought about dropping it down to a 6, like a 3-on-3, but I was like, but then it takes away from like Hangman coming back with the elite, and Yeah.
4v4 could possibly take a while, whether or not. We've got to see the tags, we've got to see the hot tags, we've got to see the build up.
Yeah. So with the Anarchy in the Arena match, I feel like they're going to start on the outside and then eventually make it to the ring. So
I reckon what we're going to do is we're going to have this role reversal of BCC coming out first and the Elite just trying to blindside them at the start of the match. Coming through the crowd, which would be a nice turnabout for the boys here. Try and give the Elite something to sort of build off, and then work. Like you said, work from the outside towards the ring, and it'll end up in the ring for a period of time.
Yeah, I'm good with that. So. All right, Nick. Oh, hot tag to Claudio.
And he's gonna like swing the box. There's no doubt in my mind that Claudio is gonna swing the box, and I don't mean separately. I mean at the same time. He is going to swing both of the bucks at the same time, and it'll be hilarious, and I'll love it. He's the strongest man in wrestling. Like, he's just so damn strong. And he's going to sit there and be like, okay, how many people can I carry and swing at the same time?
Yeah, we saw, it was a number of months back, we saw him do an airplane spin with Daniel Garcia on his back while big swinging Jericho. So you definitely know there's a possibility for this man with the crazy, scary power to do something.
Really just laying it in.
Yeah, 100%. I
Letting his opponent know
wonder.
he can take on the world right now.
It'll probably be something, you know, as we see, we'll always have them pair off and whatnot. I wonder how much we'll see of Danielson versus Omega. I'd like to kind of see that match again. Like, that was one of Danielson's first matches whenever he came to AEW, and it was just such a good match. So kind of see that again. I feel like that's sort of flown under the radar for this. Like, we get to see Danielson versus Omega again.
Yeah, I think we've seen Kenny versus Brian. We've seen Kenny versus Mox. Have we seen Kenny versus? I don't think we've seen Kenny and Wheeler. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
And I do not believe we've seen Kenny and Claudio.
No, I don't think he's been. I don't think he's been in the mix either.
At least we got some fresh matchups. These two kind of keep it fresh. Obviously, with Kenny and Hangman have facing off against John, so there's the history and stuff there. So, yeah.
And he slides him back to the mat.
But it was one of those. Yeah, there wasn't a ton of opportunity because of Blackpool Combat Club having that long 6 some odd month feud with the JAS last year.
Oh, something that I wish we could forget, PT. I'm not gonna lie. It was exceedingly long. It was, at least that ended, but it definitely gave off Roman Reigns having both titles vibes for way too long.
Because that was pretty much spring to fall.
Pull the trigger to stop it.
Yeah.
The damage he's taken is starting to pile up.
Yeah, it was one of those where they just kept having promos, kept having matches. And although there's a lot of players in that, and don't get me wrong, like at the time it was Regal, it was Jericho, it was Mox. We even had some Eddie Kingston and thrown in there, so it was like a lot of different elements that made it very fun and engaging.
Yeah.
But it felt like, I think, what was it, after the Anarchy Arena and then like the Blood and Guts, it was like, are we gonna have any more matches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I reckon they probably would have tried to milk it even more if they could. Like, if they could have come up with any more ludicrous ways to have a 5v5, they definitely would have. But I don't know, it felt to me like it was done 3 months in, but they kept going and going and going, so I think that's one criticism I have of AEW is sometimes they try to milk it for everything and they sort of overshoot. Not all the time, but an awful lot of the time they do overshoot on how long they go with storylines, and sometimes they completely miss the ball and undershoot. Like, see recently Powerhouse Hobbs and him holding the TNT title, which, you know, me and you both wanted him to hold that for at least a year, but he held that for about a week. So it was just really, I don't know, it's instead of 50-50 booking, it's just cherry pick booking, it's RNG booking. You know, sometimes it's ChatGPT sort of coming up with the booking decisions for TK at the minute.
As long as you don't overstay your welcome, or people getting tired of it, that's fine. But yeah, I think it's one of those where we've seen stuff start and then kind of go cold for a little bit, and then they try to revisit it. It brings to mind the Christian Cage Jungle Boy, because Christian got hurt, so we had to figure something out, and we wanted to finish that story. The kind of Wardlow / Powerhouse Hobbs, where they won the championship, and then they just had a bit of a lackluster reign, and this was Wardlow's first one last year, and Hobbs' reign, where it's just like, it's on Tony to book. So
Yeah.
it's tough, man. I like now that he's getting a little bit more of a sort of council now, and he's got, you know, Will Washington, he's got the likes of QT and Chris Daniel, just folks to bounce ideas where it's maybe not solely him to do that. So hopefully that helps. And obviously it's more booking with Collision upcoming, so yeah, a lot of things going on, man. A lot of things to keep track of.
Well, there's a lot of things to keep track of, and thankfully there are more people there to help keep track of them. So it's definitely good to see that this is happening. Hopefully for the better, with some of these storylines. But we'll see.
Because we got Double or Nothing, and then I think in like another month's time we've got Forbidden Door, and then maybe about 5 or 6 weeks after that is we've got All In. So.
Yeah, All In's in August 27th.
Oh, here we go, UFO.
There he goes.
Oh.
Forbidden Door.
Late June, I think, right?
25th of June. Actually,
Like another month, yeah.
Yeah, so
We got Forbidden Door another month.
So that is this Sunday, the 28th, for Double or Nothing.
Right.
Next is Forbidden Door 2 with the whole NJPW, 25th of June.
Right.
And then All In August 27th.
We got 2 months
over in England. So the next 3 months are looking big for AEW. And funnily enough, this is, I want to say, the least anticipated, but probably the lesser of those three in terms of prestige.
I mean, I like the fact that they don't blow out the gates and do a pay-per-view every single month. Like, it makes it feel
100%.
It makes it feel a little special. Obviously, like Double or Nothing, because it was their first show back in 2019 and helped kick this thing off. So like that and like the All In / All Out type of deal is, you know, they're sort of big shows. And obviously with a Full Gear and Revolution of the other two, you know,
Yeah.
it's nice to have. So, but yeah, like Double or Nothing and sort of All In / All Out are their kind of big tentpole ones for sure.
Oh no, like they have their tentpole ones. I'm not going to get into how big they make or how often they have them. What I'm saying is, for this summer, with the addition of the mixed pay-per-view of Forbidden Door 2, which people were unsure that they were going to do after last year's, if it was going to remain consistent. I'm glad to see it is back. But with the addition of All In, adding in that August pay-per-view, which they didn't normally have, Double or Nothing has become the smaller event because people want to see the NJPW crossover, and they want to see the big blowout to see if AEW can sell out Wembley Stadium. So I like the fact that they don't do them every single month, but we do have the May, June, August. You know, 3 out of the next 4 months we've got pay-per-views from AEW. And we'll probably have a super show, a named show in July. I'm not sure when Shark Week is, but I'm sure at some point that, you know, they'll do something and they'll name a Dynamite after Shark Week or something, whatever that is. So
gotta get that brand synergy, brother.
Yeah, 100% gotta get that synergy. So it's just one of those things, like, and yeah, Char, I did see, like, Danielson was just running in place, just
running for
against
days.
the ropes.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that I feel like this year, Double or Nothing has kind of come, and there's less hype surrounding it, because I'm actually, even though it's not until August, I'm not hyped about Double or Nothing at all. I am more hyped about All In. I really want to see AEW do well. I want to see them sell that out because that can only mean good things for wrestling as a whole in Europe. Bring more shows to Europe. Bring more shows outside of the US. I think we talked about this before with Backlash and stuff. So it's one of those things that can only do well. So in my mind, Double or Nothing is just less hype, and I feel like some people might agree with that. Some people might not.
When you think about the big matches for this pay-per-view, the 4-way for the world title, this match has got people interested. What else? Maybe a bit of that Cole Jericho. You know, there's if I'm not mistaken, at the time of recording, 9 matches on the card at the moment. To varying degrees of and you know, on Rampage upcoming, there'll be probably 3, 4, or 5, you know, probably 4 matches or something like this. Let us know down in the comment section below if you're watching the VOD how many shows are announced on a Rampage. So, yeah.
And why is it more than 20 matches on Rampage?
But yeah, it'll be interestingly enough that, you know, some of the matches have some build, some of the matches don't, but I think a lot of folks are interested in the matches regardless. And then, yeah, it's one of those where we talked about it before in one of our previous episodes. We've seen the likes of a Clash at the Castle. We've seen Montreal for Elimination Chamber. We've seen Puerto Rico for Backlash. Getting out of the United States, the continental US, folks go crazy, man. So whenever we can get big shows going to different places and folks are into it, and folks want to see, interest is there, and folks get excited, only means good things for the business, regardless of a company.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, you say that we have these big matches. Like, some of these are matches that I can see at All In. Like, how do we get these matches again for All In? Because I don't want to see singles matches for Hangman, Omega, and a tag match for the Bucks. I want to see the Elite at All In. So how do we have the Elite at All In and not have another Anarchy at the Arena? We're rehashing content. So, like, this is why I'm sort of a little bit worried as to what matches we're going to do, but also excited to see what we can do. And people are maybe just kind of looking at this as to go, are we sort of blowing our load a little bit too early with, you know, the Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm? That would have been a super cool match at Wembley as well. How are we going to beat that? Maybe a Saraya match, you know, like, so there's one option. The Elite versus BCC. BCC would have been super cool to have against the Elite and All In. But we're having it here at Double or Nothing, 2 months away from it. The Chris Jericho match and Adam Cole's kind of hither or thither, so it doesn't really matter. Like, some of the other matches don't make a difference, but these
there it goes. TKO on Clodium.
Clean PF out.
Rock that jaw.
So it's just one of those things you look at it and you go, these are some big marquee matches that I want to see how they get these on All In, you know?
Interesting you say that you want a Team Elite matchup at All In. I was thinking Kenny and Will Ospreay at Wembley.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I don't deny I love me some Will Ospreay, but Will Ospreay is likely going to be seen at Forbidden Door. I don't know how much we're going to see of Will Ospreay at an AEW pay-per-view. Yes, it's in England, 100% cool. It'd be nice to see Will Ospreay at an English pay-per-view, but it's AEW. He's likely going to be at the one for the, you know, in June for the crossover with his company. So I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know, but we saw a long, hard-fought matchup with the Elite coming away with the win. So we know there's going to be stiff shots. There's going to be chaos all over the arena. Lots of plunder. And do you see the Elite coming away with the win here, like the simulation did?
If we're finishing off the story, and we are building towards a, well, like you alluded to there, a sort of match with Omega versus Osprey, potentially at All In, or maybe an Omega versus Osprey at Forbidden Door, leading to a United Empire versus Elite match at All In, which again I don't think I'd be opposed to. I think that'd be fun because I love the United Empire boys. And I think, with my man Jeff Cobb on that side, I know exactly who I'd be rooting for. So if we're going to finish this feud here, I want the Elite to win. I feel like they're the good choice to win. If we're continuing on, I feel like Blackpool Combat Club have to take the win here. But I just don't see why we're going to continue keeping this feud going. It doesn't have any more legs after this style of match. But I could be wrong. We could see some interference, and this could be drawn out until All In.
Next to be seen. So like me some matches here. I'm good with whoever wins. I'm just here for the match. So all right, the simulation has chose the Elite. Let us know who you think is going to win. All right, and the last matchup we're going to cover here. The 4-way for the AEW World Championship, the Pillars match, as we see champion MJF take on Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and Darby Allin. Let's go to the match now.
One of the best superstars around. The following contest is a fatal 4-way match and is for the World Championship.
A decent Sammy.
That is a very, very close Sammy, yeah.
195 pounds.
Pretty close Sammy.
Here we go, gentlemen.
Good try, Mike Roman. Good try.
I didn't quite hear how he tried that, but it didn't sound anything like Sammy Guevara. Maybe next time, Mike. Maybe next time.
An attempt was made.
Yes, an attempt was made.
Not taking this title opportunity lightly.
The vest is a nice touch. They did a really good job on that vest. We got Pyro.
I like his gear. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Ah, Jungle Jack.
Looks absolutely shredded.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 167 pounds. Junkyard Boy Jake Perry. This is a big time opportunity, Byron, as the title.
Almost close to micro.
He's giving it a concerted effort.
He's
He definitely
once again
is.
attempts were made. So
Yeah, an attempt has been made. I'm reckoning if it was Samantha, she'd be able to absolutely knock it out of the park now. Is that a wee bit of a heel move there from
I was just saying,
Perry?
is Jack
Throwing the shoulder?
super locked in and just upset over here? What's going on?
Yeah, he's looking a little bit heelish.
Take a look in his eyes. More than ready to become the standard bearer of this division.
Is he indeed, Corey Graves? Is he indeed?
Perhaps.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this match. This match has got
Oh, this has to be Darby.
match of the night. Yeah, it does. Match of the night written all over it.
From Seattle, Washington, weighing in at 170.
Let's hear how it happens.
Daryl Allin. Remember, guys, the
Daryl Allen.
Daryl Allen, yeah.
Daryl, Dave, Dome, Dixon, Dome, Dave, Darby.
He's too smiley for Darby. And he's running with a skateboard.
Is this? This may be the Cora Jade entrance, maybe. Perhaps that would make sense.
Yeah, this is 100% the Cora Jade entrance.
Yeah, the babyface Cora Jade. Yeah.
That is
Apropos.
that's kind of funny. funny based off of their previous interactions concerning skateboards.
Yes, sir. So maybe a little ripski on Darby over here with the entrance.
Yeah, that's 100% Cora Jade. Like, just looking back at it there on my other screen.
Here we go.
I like it. They got his devil mask. I'm not a huge fan of this mask. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it whenever he kind of came into it.
226 pounds. He is the world champion, MJF.
Okay, well we got that one. So.
Only needs initials.
Yeah.
As I was saying, like whenever he came into, the return with the mask, I'm not a huge fan of the mask. I don't really care, because I don't think he needs anything other than his winning smile. Honestly, it's Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He's better than you, and you know it. So, yeah, it's just
Adding a little different element.
It's a nice inclusion.
We've seen just the straight up MJF character for quite a while. So, you know, adding a little here, adding a little there helps make it fresh. The old Chris Jericho, you know, reinvent a little bit here. So, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but it's a bit too early for you wanting to be reinventing yourself, especially whenever you're a guy that's, you know, only been in the top end of the business for 3 years. It's like he hasn't really had to reinvent himself in terms of personality, in terms of style, in terms of how he wrestles. So just adding that mask just doesn't fit for me. Like, I know he goes, I'm the devil, this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, cool, yeah, but it's just it just didn't hit for me, is all I'm saying. I don't think it's a particularly good addition to him. But you know, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it because it looks like crap. But the big Burberry belt, Triple B, is all the addition that man needs. How do you reckon the real match is going to start? Because this is very team. They've each paired off, but how do you reckon the actual match is going to start?
All 4 men will be in the ring. It starts. MJF ducks to the outside. 3 other guys look at each other like, WTF, what's going on? They go outside, bring him back in the ring. Each do a move on him. Then MJF powders, and then they start the match with sort of fast break, high intensity offense.
That's pretty much how I think it's going to happen as well. Maybe minus the giving MJF any time to get to the other side of the ring, because I think Darby's just going to drop kick him in the face. So it's just going to be one of those that I think Darby is going to start off the contact on MJF, and then, you know, Sammy will throw him off. He'll get in a bit of contact, and then Jungle Boy will throw him off. He'll get in a bit of contact, and then they'll all look at each other, and then they'll all start in on him. And then after he rolls out, then all the 3 boys will have a go at each other. It's a definite. They're all going to gang up on MJF kind of start of the match, though, is kind of what we're getting at here, right?
Most likely. Before they like kind of pair off, and they, you know, they'll be like somebody on the outside type of thing. So yeah. Yeah, 4-way, no DQ.
It's going to be good. It is definitely one of those that you look at and you go, there's another way for MJF to overcome pretty much all of these guys' styles. Like I said before, like, whenever I thought that it was going to be a one-on-one kind of match, it would be MJF versus Darby. We both kind of said if it was going to be one-on-one, it's definitely MJF versus Darby. And it would be a no DQ kind of match. And the MJF style has recently been wrestle few and far between, but wrestle to the style of match that his opponent is strong in. See the Iron Man match with Daniels. And I feel like it's just people need to see him sort of overcome these challenges and eventually win over even more of the crowd, only for him to end up losing to a super ultra babyface and Adam Cole later on down the line.
I know, and it's weird, like, there's elements of babyface booking in it, He's gonna take on the challenger at their game type of deal, but still win. You know, it's a little odd.
Well, at the same time, like he's able to do it.
The cutter.
He did the Cody cutter. He did it off the rope. He did the Cody cutter. It's like,
Shades of Executive Vice President of AEW, Cody Rhodes.
I wonder if he's actually gonna still be in the game, the Fight Forever game.
So, I heard a long time ago, like, yeah, they weren't trying to race Cody. Like, if I'm not mistaken, we haven't had an official confirmed roster, but like, Kenny, in like a Q&A or an AMA or something like that, answered the question. He was like, yeah, Cody's gonna be in it. So, we'll see. Hopefully, when it's released, if he's in. So.
Yeah.
Oh, Darby taking that shot.
Oh, nice kick out. I was just saying before, there's the elements of allowing, the babyface sort of thing, like MJF sort of fighting to the strengths of his opponents. But there's enough room in there from the cheek.
Nope.
Like the Iron Man. Oh. What's this? There's enough room in, like, from the cheat. In the Iron Man match, he cheated and got a pinfall against him, but he was able to get 2 back. So he still showed that he was still able to cheat in order to win and get that win over Danielson. So in this one, the ring is going to come out 100%. He's gonna team up with Sammy at some point, I reckon, and then betray him, and and do all this here and beat the Tower at Darby. It's gonna be a fun match to watch. Definitely is.
Agreed. Oh. Love the roll. I got the Darby Allin roll in there. Oh, coffin drop.
Oh, a bit of a coffin drop, yeah. Oh, okay.
Didn't get all of it. Didn't get all of it.
Didn't hit. No.
Didn't get all of it.
Whiffed again.
There we go.
Oh, he got him eventually. Thank goodness. Oh, got him again. Good stuff. Good job, Darby. Oh. With the jumping knee. Oh, hey. Here we're gonna.
1, 2. Oh, okay.
I liked it. I just hope they don't do anything stupid like they did with the Iron Man match, where it ended in a draw and TK was like, "Oh, we're not letting that happen." The next one wins, and then MJF cheats, MJF wins. Just let it finish normally. So I don't want a situation where
Sammy,
people...
6:30.
Nice one. I don't want
1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Well, look what we have here.
I mean, okay.
Interesting.
Some interesting book in the PS5 has got going on. But as I was saying beforehand, I don't want a situation where we get a double pin combination and then TK goes, "Oh, they've just been eliminated." It's not an elimination match, you know what I mean? It's has to be, you have to let a single person win. I'm not sure I agree with the Sammy Guevara winning here. I do think we had a conversation a while ago about, do we see any of the rest of them as future champions? I definitely do see all 4 of these guys as champions. Obviously, MJF being the champion. I think that personally, as a detractor from Sammy Guevara's TNT run, I can see the upside for Sammy Guevara. I definitely can. I don't want to see MJF lose here. I think that Sammy, Jack, and Darby all have their place as champions down the line. But it's MJF to retain here for me. It's not anything else for now.
Feel like we'll have a strong match, a lot of guys hitting spots and being able to showcase, but I don't know, it feels like an MJF win, whether that's overcoming the odds, whether that's a little chicanery, whether that's some cheating there, but yeah, I'm gonna have to agree that I feel like MJF's gonna win this one, so it's not quite maybe time to take it off of MJF. And that's not a spite on any of the other three men in this matchup, but I feel like there's some kind of story, whether that's maybe an Adam Cole, whether that's a Hangman Page, something to do with MJF perhaps, but maybe he retains and he goes on to fight another challenger. All right, so there. Sammy coming out in the simulation. We feel like MJF is going to retain. Let us know what you think is going to win this matchup. All right, so those were the matches we simmed here. Who we ended up getting? We had Christian win the TNT title. We had Taya Valkyrie win the TBS championship. Adam Cole beat Chris Jericho. Jamie Hayter retained. The Elite won, and Sammy randomly decided to win the AEW World Championship. So interesting kind of booking
Somehow.
in the simulation.
And he hit the Cody Cutter, so that is why he won, because he used the move from the best wrestler.
There you go. So interesting kind of booking we got here. Either way of how the simulation went, whether you agreed or disagree, we feel like there's going to be some fun matchups to watch for AEW Double or Nothing. So we got that big match and that big pay-per-view coming up on Sunday. Of course, we're covering that here. And then on the next week's episode 53 coming out this weekend, we'll be covering the other pay-per-view, the big one coming up, WWE's Night of Champions. So lots of wrestling on there. Let us know down in the comment section what your favorite or what pay-per-view you're looking forward to the most this weekend. And if you have a match, let us know as well. So we got AEW in the pocket, in the books, out of sight. And we got Dynamite coming up as well, Rampage. Lots of wrestling still left for this week, but we appreciate everybody coming out, hanging out, stopping by, chatting, asking the questions, everybody. We appreciate that. Joker, fun live stream, my brother.
Yeah, it was very fun. There was some fun matches there. Definitely some outcomes that I fully expect to see happen. Some that I don't expect to see happen at all whatsoever. And some that I'd be okay with happening because they're still interesting as heck, and I want to see how AEW books that particular run going forward. There's definitely is still a lot of wrestling to happen this week. Like you said, we have AEW tonight. If rumors are to be believed, there's an announcement. TK has another announcement. I don't know what that announcement entails, but he announced that he has an announcement for the very first venue for AEW Collision. So that's going to happen tonight. We'll see. We'll see if anybody decides to turn up for that show. You can expect me to make a comment or two if we manage to talk about it at some point shortly. But rest assured that I would love to hear your comments about the announcement tonight, because this is always interesting to hear what people have to say about it. And like you say, we have some more. We have the Go Home SmackDown, the Go Home Rampage later on this week. 2 pay-per-views. It's a weekend full of wrestling that I'm excited to see, especially whenever we've got one of them on a Saturday at a time that I can digest at a decent time. So yeah, we'll definitely be looking forward to that. And yeah, just keep us surprised as to what you think is going to happen at either of these pay-per-views and what you're most looking forward to.
Agreed. Lots of wrestling this week and this weekend. Remember to pace yourself, drink some water, get some rest. Watch it at your leisure. You don't necessarily have to watch it live. There's a lot to cover, so remember to take care of yourself. So, with that, thank you so much for stopping by here with us hanging out on this AEW Double or Nothing live stream. Look forward to the next episode. Episode 53 of Kayfabe Council will cover Night of Champions. So we're going to wind down on out of here for TFJ0ker.
Adam Cole for AEW champ, baby.
And for me, PrettyTony, we thank you so much for sticking with us and being a part of our live stream. And remember, be good to yourself, be good to each other, and we will catch you